Hi guys, I'm doing my first video here with you today. We're gonna make chicken and cranberry and kale meatballs because I've been craving them and I saw them, and now that the madness of Christmas is over, we're gonna cook. Okay, we're gonna start by cutting up the kale and the onion, but I just want you to know that I did not go to cooking school, so my skills are lacking, but I make up for it with other things. I haven't figured out what that is yet, but we'll figure that out together. So I just gonna rough chop the onion, and a half an onion, and you don't want it too big because we are gonna mix them all in our meatballs. Like I said, don't make fun of my culinary skills, but just anyone can cook. That's all I want to tell you, is that if you can read, you can follow a recipe, you can make chicken meatballs at home with your daughter, who's helping me here today. All right, so I'm just going to set this aside, and I think we have too many, so I'm going to just throw them in the trash. But then we're going to take our kale, and you have to de-rib it. So I just take the easy way and I just pull off the ribs like this. We only need half a cup. And so this is called de-ribbing your kale. If you were gonna make it in a salad, you wanna massage it, but we're not gonna do that. Here, once again, I do this really fundamental method. You roll it up in a tight ball and you chop. Since it's going to be in a meatball and not a salad, I will cut it up a little bit more than I would. And we only need a half a cup. But you know what? It's roughage. We can actually put more than half a cup in there. The only reason you don't want more than half a cup is because you have to let it all has to stick together. So I'm just going to give it more of a chop here. And then I think we're ready to mix. Okay, I'm already having my first moment. I need a fork. So step one is we just take an egg and we whisk it real quick in a bowl. It's best if you get all your ingredients out and have them all ready, okay? So then I'm going to take a pound of ground chicken that's been sitting here a while, ready to go. And I add my very large amount of a half a cup, because that's more like a cup. And then a half an onion. And I'm actually using a mix of blueberries, cherries, and cranberries because they didn't have straight cherries at the store, straight cranberries, but it doesn't matter. They're all good and they're good for you. 2 tablespoons of almond flour, a teaspoon of salt and pepper, or a half a teaspoon of both salt and pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of rosemary. I've already got my bloopers, and this is my salt actually. So now we just mix everything and just use your hands, they're clean. And this should make about 15 meatballs, but you really want to incorporate everything together. And don't be afraid to use your hands. If you're trying to use a spoon to do stuff like this, no, it's just not going to work. It's like meatloaf. You got to really get in there. I'm cracking. Okay, I'm going to use some coconut cooking oil, unflavored. I've already been letting my pan heat up, and then we want to just use a spoon, or I'm just going to use my fingers and just form little balls, and then we just fry them. So just sort of get a little ball made, and just sort of have uniform little meatballs. You can make them bigger if you want, but it'll take longer to fry them. I think I need to turn up my oven or my stove. These are super healthy and super good. And then when these are all done, we will eat them with some fresh cranberry from Trader Joe's, because not everything has to be made from scratch. Okay, we'll let these start to cook. Look how beautiful those are. Okay, so what I do, because it takes a while for them to start, staying together, is just use your spatula, get them unstuck, and give them a flip. And then we just keep letting them cook. Okay, look how beautiful those are. And because I don't make everything from scratch, I love Trader Joe's cranberry relish. So you get it at Thanksgiving, but I always get extra. And just serve that as a dipping sauce. You can have these on pasta or bread, or cover them with some cheese. And if you're gluten-free or if you don't eat carbs, just eat them by themselves with a big salad. Because, all your veggies are in there. These are like super nutritious, full of protein and the kale and the fiber, and they're good. Go make yourself a vodka-free tonic and lime and start eating.